welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm AY. If you are new to my channel, in today's video I'm going to be talking about Einstein and his discoveries. So the things he do right from birth to death. So if you are new to my channel, kindly click on the subscribe button, like and share this video. Now the first thing is about Einstein was born in the year 1879, March 14, and he grew up in Germany. He was a German physicist, so probably he was born in Germany, but he didn't grow up in Germany, so he had to travel down to USA, where he spent most of his life. Albert Einstein wasn't able to talk until he was 5 years old, and the first statement he made then was, "This food was too hot." So I think maybe he was given a food then. So that was the first statement he made. Then he felt sick around that when he was that 5 years. So his father had to give him a compass. He did a lot in his life. Like, that's a very significant thing in his life, because that was what made him to have a kind of love for science. So he discovered that anytime he moves, the compass moves in a north-south direction. Like, if he moves to this side, the compass will also turn. So he was curious, like, what's causing this thing? So those things actually made him to grow up and fell in love with science. He started his secondary school in a Catholic secondary school. So then he finished at the age of 15. So before he even finished secondary school, he was able to know everything and mastered everything about differential and integral calculus. That is, Albert Einstein is not just a physicist, so he knows a lot about mathematics. So he was also a best student in mathematics. So before he was 15 years, he was able to master everything that is related to differential and integral calculus. Even I remember when I was still 15, I did not know anything about differential and integral calculus. So he entered tertiary institution when he was 17 years old. So then he went to Federal Polytechnic at Switzerland. So, and he spent just 5 years. He entered then at he enrolled and finished in the year 1901. So in the year 1901, around 2 years after he graduated. So before he graduated, he had a lover which is married. This so 2 years after he graduated, they both wed and they got married. So marriage was his first love rather. So they got married, and around after 6 they had a divorce, and that was they got married in 1903. So from 1903 to 1919. Now this 1919, when they actually divorced, that same year Albert Einstein had to be married, and the person that he married was Elsa, which is his cousin. So he left his main wife and married his cousin. Now the funniest aspect is this cousin was even older than Albert Einstein then. Albert Einstein was born in 1879, so Elsa was born in 1876, which is 3 years older than him. So after the divorce, that was when Albert Einstein won the Nobel Prize Award, in which in 1921, so in which bring about his fame and all. So then in the year 1921, he won this Nobel Prize Award for his discovery on photoelectric effects, even though people think it was due to his theory of relativity, but the Nobel Prize Award was because of his discovery on photoelectric effects. So after that, year after year, he continued. So when around 1955, so that was actually when he died. So in the year 1955, he had an abdominal aortic disease, which actually leads to his death. So when he died, like April 18th, 1955, which is 67 years ago now, probably today. So today was he's clocking 67 years when he died. So then a pathologist was called for autopsy. That was a test that they carried out after a patient has died, just to discover what causes the death and all that. So when the pathologist was called, the name of the pathologist was Thomas Harvey. So when he was called, he was just asked to carry out a test and do the necessary things, but he actually did the opposite. So he operated his brain, then he stole the brain because nobody was there and nobody knew about it. So, and before Einstein actually died, he informed his family and warned them that his body must be cremated, that nothing, that they must not bury him because he did not want people to worship him, and he didn't want people to use any part of his body for discovery and for tests to be studied. So he just said they should burn him, then even the ash, that they should spray it away. So because he didn't believe in any life after this life. So, and that was actually done, but unknown to the family that the brain was still on the earth. So Afe stowed the brain, then he kept it in he weighs it to be 1,230 grams, which is a little bit less than our normal average brain. So after that, he kept it in a celloidine solution, and he kept it over for years. Then Abe was working at an hospital before, but later he was transferred to Princeton Hospital. So now, then when he was transferred, that was when he still carried the brain along. Then when he believed that he's old enough, like he can die at any time, so he now break the silence and explain to the family that he was actually the one that stole the brain, that I still for, and it was also used for kind of experiment. So they have to make, and the main reason why he actually stole the brain was to unlock his genius, because he was known to be a famous genius then. So when he actually stole the brain, they carried out a lot of tests, they do all they can do, but all abortive. So he now think the best thing is for him to explain to the family. So when he actually told the family, then the family agreed that the brain should be used for discovery and should be kept in a museum. So see today, Philadelphia, right now. So if you want to check, if you want to know, you can go there. Go to Philadelphia, then ask for Muta Museum. So they are going to tell you, they are going to show you where the brain is. So till now, Einstein's brain still exists, but he has no graveyard and he has no tomb till today, because he believes that there's no life after this life, because no other life exists. So if you are still watching till this moment, I believe you enjoyed the video. So please like, share and comment, and please don't forget to subscribe. So see you in my